For generations, the idea of humans living on Mars has captured the imagination of scientists, engineers, and dreamers alike. It has been portrayed as humanity's next great destination, a new world waiting just beyond Earth, where cities could rise beneath alien skies and a second civilization could take root. But beneath the optimism and ambition lies a far more difficult reality. A reality that suggests we may never truly live there. The vision of colonizing Mars is often framed as the natural next step after the Apollo program, a continuation of humanity's expansion into space. With modern initiatives like the Artemis program laying the groundwork for deep space travel and private companies pushing technological boundaries, Mars feels closer than ever before. Yet reaching Mars and living on Mars are two entirely different challenges. The journey alone presents immense difficulty. Traveling to Mars takes months, even with the most efficient trajectories. Astronauts would be confined within a spacecraft for long durations, exposed to microgravity and increased radiation. Unlike missions in low Earth orbit, there is no quick return. Once en route, the crew is committed to the journey. And when they arrive, the challenges only multiply. Mars is often called Earth's sister planet, but this comparison is misleading. In reality, it is a cold, hostile desert world. Surface temperatures on Mars can drop below -100 degrees Celsius, and even at the equator, conditions are far from comfortable. The atmosphere is another major obstacle. Mars has an extremely thin atmosphere composed mostly of carbon dioxide. It provides almost no breathable oxygen and offers little protection from radiation. Without a thick atmosphere or a global magnetic field, the surface is constantly bombarded by cosmic rays and solar particles. On Earth, our magnetic field shields us from much of this radiation. Mars has no such protection. Long-term exposure to radiation increases the risk of cancer, damages human tissue, and poses serious threats to reproductive health. Any permanent settlement would require heavy shielding, likely underground habitats or structures covered in thick layers of regolith. But even that may not be enough for multi-generational survival. Gravity presents another challenge that is often overlooked. Mars has only about 38% of Earth's gravity. While this might seem manageable, scientists do not yet know how the human body would respond to such conditions over long periods. Extended exposure to low gravity can lead to bone density loss, muscle atrophy, and cardiovascular changes. On Mars, these effects would be permanent. A human born on Mars might never be able to return to Earth due to the strain of higher gravity. Then there's the issue of resources. Everything needed for survival, air, water, food, fuel, must either be transported from Earth or produced locally. While there is evidence of water ice on Mars, extracting and purifying it at scale is a massive engineering challenge. Growing food adds another layer of complexity. Martian soil contains toxic compounds such as perchlorates, which are harmful to humans. Before crops could be grown, the soil would need to be treated or replaced entirely. Even then, agriculture would likely depend on controlled environments, artificial lighting, and carefully managed ecosystems. In other words, survival on Mars would not resemble life on Earth. It would resemble life inside a machine. Closed habitats, recycled air, limited resources, and constant maintenance would define daily existence. A single system failure, oxygen generation, temperature control, or radiation shielding could be catastrophic. And unlike Earth, there is no natural environment to fall back on. Psychological challenges are equally significant. A Martian colony would be isolated in a way no human society has ever experienced. Communication delays between Earth and Mars can range from 4 to 24 minutes one way, making real-time conversation impossible. This delay creates a profound sense of separation. Colonists would be physically and emotionally distant from Earth, unable to receive immediate support in times of crisis. Over time, This isolation could lead to stress, anxiety, and other mental health challenges. The environment itself would reinforce that isolation. Outside the habitat lies a barren, lifeless landscape. No oceans, no forests, no breathable air. Just dust, rock, and an endless horizon under a pale sky. Even the sky would feel unfamiliar. Sunlight on Mars is weaker, filtered through dust in the atmosphere, casting a dim, reddish hue across the surface. Dust storms can engulf the entire planet, lasting for weeks or even months, reducing visibility and limiting solar power generation. These storms are not just dramatic, they are dangerous. They can disrupt equipment, degrade systems, and threaten the stability of a colony. Then there is the question of sustainability. Building a self-sufficient colony on Mars would require technologies that do not yet exist at the necessary scale. Every system would need redundancy. Every failure would need solution. And all of it would have to function in one of the harshest environments known. The cost alone would be staggering. Transporting materials, building infrastructure, and maintaining a colony millions of kilometers from Earth would require continuous investment on a scale far beyond current space programs. Even if the first missions succeed, maintaining a permanent human presence would be an ongoing challenge. There is also a deeper question, one that goes beyond engineering and into philosophy. Why Mars? Some argue that establishing a colony on Mars would serve as a backup for humanity, a way to ensure survival in case of a catastrophe on Earth. But this idea faces a harsh truth. If Earth becomes uninhabitable, Mars is not a ready alternative. It is far less hospitable than even the most extreme environments on Earth. In many ways, it would be easier to survive in Antarctica, the deep ocean, or even underground on Earth than on the surface of Mars. The challenges of terraforming, transforming Mars into a more Earth-like world, are even greater. To thicken the atmosphere, warm the planet, and create stable liquid water would require changes on a planetary scale. Current scientific understanding suggests that Mars does not have enough accessible carbon dioxide to significantly increase atmospheric pressure. Even if it did, the process would take centuries, if not millennia. And all the while, the planet would remain exposed to solar radiation due to its lack of a magnetic field. Despite these obstacles, Mars exploration remains incredibly valuable. Robotic missions have revealed a world that once had flowing water, lakes, and possibly conditions suitable for life. Studying Mars helps scientists understand planetary evolution, climate change, and the potential for life beyond Earth. Future human missions, building on efforts like the Artemis II, may one day reach Mars, conduct research, and return valuable data. But visiting is not the same as settling. And settlement is where the dream begins to unravel. Mars is not a second Earth waiting to be inhabited. It is a hostile frontier that resists human presence at every level: biological, environmental, and technological. This does not mean humanity will never set foot on Mars. It means that turning it into a home may be far beyond our reach, at least for now. Perhaps one day, with advances in technology we cannot yet imagine, the barriers will fall. Perhaps future generations will find ways to adapt, to engineer, and to survive in ways that seem impossible today. But based on what we know now, the vision of millions of people living freely on Mars, walking under open skies, building cities, creating a new world, remains more science fiction than reality. The truth is not that Mars is impossible to reach. It is that Mars is extraordinarily difficult to live on. And as we look toward the stars, searching for new worlds, we are reminded of something essential. Earth is not just our home by chance. It is our home because it works. A rare, balanced world where life can exist without machines, without constant protection, without struggle against the environment. Before we dream of leaving it behind, we must understand what makes it irreplaceable. Because in the vastness of space, Worlds like Mars are common, but worlds like Earth are not. And that may be the most important reason why we will never truly move to Mars.